Yo, 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 what's up, what is going on? How y'all doing today? How y'all doing? Welcome back to Snug Wrestling. My name is Edgar. Today is Wednesday, and you know what that means. Yes, today was AEW. Boy, it was AEW. Oh, man. Where to start? So, I've been out the game, right? As I mentioned before. I'm not really in the loop completely of what's been going on. So, after taking some time off and coming back to AEW was kind of hard to process. Now, usually I'm pretty good about keeping up with Dynamite and AEW and all the storylines. And even then, even watching every single week, I still have trouble understanding a lot of the stuff that goes on in AEW. Now, fast forward 2 weeks later, I haven't been watching. You can only imagine how I was feeling today, especially after seeing this show. So, where to even begin? Well, I mean, I know where to begin at the start of the show, but I'm still trying to process all of this. So bear with me here, because it might get a little bit crazy. So as you guys all know, hit me up at Snug Wrestling. Thanks again for everyone that's been tuning in, sharing your thoughts with me on the socials, spreading the love on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. So AEW Dynamite, this is July 12th. Chris Jericho versus Commander is the opening match. I believe this is a cold match, and I'm pretty familiar with Commander. This is the guy that does that rope spot where he runs from one corner to the other corner and then jumps off the top rope onto the floor or to the people on the floor. So I was willing to bet money that Commander was going to do this at some point, and he did. Eventually, Chris Jericho, he still does the line salt, but I think he's getting a little bit too old for that. I've seen him do that a couple times, and he comes a little bit close to bonking his head. So hopefully that doesn't happen, but Chris Jericho, please be careful. You're in your 50s now. Shouldn't be doing stuff like that, pal, but more power to you if you can still do it. This guy, Commander, man, he takes a lot of high risks with little or no reward. He does this move that Excalibur calls it Cielito Lindo. And, I mean, it looks cool, but, I mean, doesn't really do much. It's just a cool move, I guess. Whatever. I should also probably mention that the mask that Commander wears looks just like Excalibur's mask. So that was kind of annoying also. But the wrestling match wasn't as terrible because even though Chris Jericho, he does have all this creative freedom in AEW to do whatever he wants, he's still a veteran, and he can still have a good match when he wants to. Commander was able to get his shit in, but Jericho kept it mostly in the ring and kept it professional for the most part, so it wasn't completely terrible. Chris Jericho won with the Walls of Jericho, and then Don Callis comes out and he's trying to recruit Chris Jericho, I believe. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe this is their way of trying to throw people off about, oh, is Chris Jericho going to be the 5th member of the Blackpool Combat Club for Blood and Guts? I don't know. Again, I haven't been watching. So that was weird. Out of all people, Don Callis tried to recruit Takeshita and successfully recruited Takeshita, but you go from Takeshita to Chris Jericho? I don't know. Don Callis tries to convince Chris Jericho by showing an old clip from 1995. Now, from the looks of that tape, that looks like an old tape from Smoky Mountain, but I'm not completely 100% sure. It could be from Japan. I believe Chris Jericho was in Japan in 1995. I believe that makes more sense because I think Chris Jericho was in Smoky Mountain in 93, 94. But anyway, it was a nice little throwback, flash to the past. And back in the golden days where Chris Jericho was just starting and, making his name and He was really, really good. Jungle Boy, he has been having some issues because he decided to turn on Hook, and he's just doing the chicken shit heel type thing where he's just running from Hook week after week. A couple weeks ago, he was in the ring. Jungle Boy was in the ring. Hook comes out, chases Jungle Boy out, jumps in his van. The week after that, Jungle Boy is outside of his van and then gets attacked by Hook. And this time, he didn't even come out the van. So little by little, Hook chases Jungle Boy out the arena more and more. MJF and Adam Cole, a mysterious tag team no one ever expected to see. And this is entertaining. This is funny. And they have a vignette. They have where they try to do some team bonding. So MJF and Adam Cole are spending a lot of time together outside of the ring. And Adam Cole says, let's do something that I want to do. Let's go play video games. So MJF is playing video games like a virgin nerd, how he likes to say it. And they showed a clip of the video game and it looks like complete shit. I'm probably never going to play that game. It just looks not very good, to be honest. If anyone out there that's listening, if you've played the game, let me know what you think. And honestly, don't give me a biased opinion about it just because you're an AEW fan. Like, be honest. Like, is the game really good? Because I've heard nothing but bad things about the game. And MJF, he actually enjoys playing the game, according to the vignette. And Adam Cole's like, whoa, haven't you ever played video games before? And he's like, well, no. MJF says, you need to have friends for that. And I was kind of interesting. My wife even kind of stopped and like got her attention too, because it's like, whoa, MJF never had friends? I guess that makes sense. MJF has been kind of a dick. But my question is, how long do you think this will last? Even Tony Schiavone, he's constantly reminding the people that MJF can't be trusted. He's a bad person. He turns on everyone. He turns on all his friends. So I think that's what's expected here. Now, it's going to be a swerve, bro. Imagine no one will see it coming. Adam Cole is going to be the one to turn on MJF this time. Adam Cole is going to turn heel, making MJF a babyface, an even more babyface, because MJF is a babyface now, which I love to see. But it's going to be a swerve. It's not going to be MJF this time. It's going to be Adam Cole. And they're going to go at it for the World Heavyweight Champion. And I think that's what's going to happen. That's my prediction. That's the Snug Wrestling prediction. So we'll see what happens. Darby Allin and Orange Cassidy versus Sammy Guevara and Daniel Garcia. Sammy Guevara is looking at Garcia kind of funny. They're looking at each other weird. So, Sammy's out there shaking hands, still doing the babyface thing. And Sammy is still kind of like in between, trying to turn babyface, but he's still with the heels and he's kind of trying to do the right thing. Sammy's also trying to wrestle like a babyface here. But Daniel Garcia is just straight healing. And I actually thought that was pretty good. Every chance Daniel Garcia got, he would sneak a cheap shot in there, or he would run in the ring without getting tagged, or he would attack his opponent behind the referee's back. That made Daniel Garcia look like a really sneaky good heel, which I'm not really used to seeing that from Daniel Garcia. This role that Sammy Guevara is playing, I think, is really complimenting Daniel Garcia as a heel, as opposed to trying to get Sammy over as a babyface. I think this is kind of working the opposite in a way. There was a funny sign out on the crowd that I noticed that read, "I hope both teams just have fun." Wow, that's such a great sign, because that to me defines the AEW crowd. The AEW fans, they don't care about who wins. They don't care about who loses. They just want to see their heroes go out there and put on a show for them. And that's all that matters. Prince Nana comes out. Why? Like, that's the most random thing ever. But it was because Swerve came out, sneak attacked Darby Allin. Sammy Guevara took advantage and gets the win. And this is for the tag team tournament. Sammy Guevara and Daniel Garcia advance to the finals. And later on, we find out who their opponents are going to be for the finals for the AEW World Tag Team Champions. Nick Wayne Nick Wayne is the new AEW signee, and we get a video vignette introduction of who this kid is. And I'm saying a kid because literally this kid looks like he's 14 years old. Who is this guy gonna wrestle? Brody Lee Jr., number 0 or number 1 or whatever number he is. Like, this kid is so young. I believe he just turned 18, but he does not look like he could be 16. Nick Wayne is supposed to wrestle Swerve. Dude, are they gonna do Swerve dirty again? Swerve lately, he's been in all of these like weird positions where he's doing jobs and making other people look better. And Swerve is so talented, man. Like, he's got charisma, he's got the promo, he's got the look, he can wrestle. And here he is again in this position with a new signee debuting, Nick Wayne. Usually debuts, returns, these first matches for these up-and-comers, they usually turn into wins because you want the new incomer to start a good momentum. So are they really going to do Swerve dirty? And is Swerve really going to put this kid over? Either way, man, like, it's just, I don't see the point to this, but there's more to it later on because this is just the video package. MJF and Adam Cole, their opponents for the semifinals of the tag team tournament is Big Bill and Brian Cage. My first thought, why are you putting your AEW World Heavyweight Champion in this match versus these two giant guys? And also your partner is Adam Cole. But whatever. I'm going to watch this because it is MJF. And I want to see how they pull this off. I already know there's no way Adam Cole and MJF are going to lose this match because it doesn't make sense for Adam Cole and MJF not to win this tournament and not to face FTR for the tag team championships. So the match starts off like a strength competition. MJF gets the crowd to chant body slam, goes for the body slam on Big Bill but can't pick him up, tries it a second time, and then Big Bill outsmarts MJF and attacks MJF. So finally the match starts after like 5 minutes, and MJF manages to pick up Big Bill and hit him with the body slam, and the crowd goes crazy. And this is why I love MJF. This is why he's so great, because he managed to pop everyone with a body slam, like the most simplest move, and the crowd went nuts. Earlier you saw Commander flying all over the place, running on top of the ropes. It was just whatever, but MJF does a body slam and the crowd goes crazy. So Adam Cole and MJF did end up winning this match like everyone thought. Adam Cole hit the running knee on Brian Cage. Adam Cole and MJF were not able to hit their double clothesline that they've been hyping up as of late. The crowd was even chanting double clothesline. So imagine that, an AEW crowd chanting body slam and chanting double clothesline. It's pretty crazy. I never thought I would ever see that in an AEW show, but here we are, thanks to MJF. But pretty sure that double clothesline might happen during the championship match when Adam Cole and MJF win this tournament. Now that I think about it, they're going to go face FTR. MJF and Adam Cole are so over right now. And even MJF is out there doing the babyface thing, shaking hands, smiling, running around, laughing. The people love it. That's a side of MJF we don't normally get to see, but you're going to put them against FTR. So again, AEW is going to divide the crowd. Who are you going to pick? FTR, one of the best tag teams in the world, or this new team of MJF, the World Heavyweight Champion, and super babyface Adam Cole? I don't know. I like all four wrestlers. I mean, I'm going to watch it, but I don't really care who wins. I mean, if FTR wins, I'm going to be happy. If MJF and Adam Cole win, I'll probably be happy. See, so I don't know, man. That's just AEW for you. Jake Hager confronts Chris Jericho about Don Callis, and Jake Hager doesn't seem too happy about, is Chris Jericho going to join Don Callis? And Jake Hager takes off the purple bucket hat that he wears all the time, and the people go, ooh, so, that's a big deal. He took off the hat, and Jake Hager hands it to Jericho, kind of as a symbol, like, if you're going to go with Don Callis, then I'm done. You can have your little goofy gimmick back. I'm not going to ride with you type of thing. But it's just a stupid hat. I hope Chris Jericho does join Don Callis at this point, because maybe Jake Hager will get away from the goofy gimmick and away from that hat and maybe go back to his own self, do his own thing, and do the wrestling that I know Jake Hager can do. Because I feel like ever since he got with Chris Jericho, Jake Hager's been with Chris Jericho since he started in AEW, but he wasn't always that goofy. Ruby Soho versus Sky Blue. Ruby Soho won. That's it. That's all I got. Mama said, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, then don't say nothing. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. And after that, oh my God, there was a rap video with the girl that hangs out with Aaron Solo and QT Marshall, and it was so bad. It was brutal. It was so cringe. This rap video, it was a music video, and she's rapping. I couldn't understand anything she was saying. It was just horrible. I hated it. And this was supposed to be a shot at the Acclaim. Probably next week, the Acclaim, they're going to have their own rap, and this is just ridiculous. The Acclaim, they're a lost cause now. They lost momentum. People don't really care for them anymore. They're doing this goofiness now, and I mean, they had a nice gimmick. It was fun while they lasted. I mean, hopefully the Acclaim can recover from this, but I don't think so. Okay, Swerve versus Nick Wayne. And speaking of rap, and speaking of Swerve, Swerve is an actual rapper, and he's an actual wrestler. This guy Swerve, he's fucking talented. It's ridiculous. This guy can do it all. But Nick Wayne, I saw this match, and he is like the least impressive guy on planet Earth. Nothing about him was like, man, I want to see this guy wrestle again. I wonder what he's going to do next. I want to see him again. No, it was another Action Andretti. He's another Commander. He's another one of these guys that are all over AEW all the time. Look, don't get me wrong. He has a nice story. He's living every teenager's dream. Turning 18, becoming a AEW wrestling superstar, and doing what he loves. And he's a third generation wrestler. He lost his dad. And I get it, okay? It's a beautiful, beautiful story. It's good to have friends, right? Darby Allin was out there with him during the match, cheering him on. So, oh man. Nick Wayne, he said it best. I'm ready for AEW. And I'm like, yeah, I bet you are. You are ready for AEW. That's probably the only place where you'll have a shot to be on TV. But thankfully, Swerve won this match, thank God. And the feud with Darby Allin and Swerve continues. Don Callis comes out again, and this is for the announcement for the 5th member of Blood and Guts, Blackpool Combat Club, and the Elite. You have 4 guys on each side for Blood and Guts. Blood and Guts is this special event AEW throws where they have a double cage and a double ring, and it's 5 versus 5. We've seen it before with the Blackpool Combat Club versus some other team. It was like Eddie Kingston and some other guys I can't remember, because they're really forgettable matches, and they're doing it again. Pac is the 5th member of the Blackpool Combat Club. They beat up on Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega says, well, we still have our 5th member, and it's Kota Ibushi, which he gets a big pop. I couldn't tell you who the fuck this guy is. I thought Forbidden Door was over, but they probably got like a 2-for-1 deal from New Japan. AEW is known to have these 2-for-1 deals with their tickets and maybe even their wrestlers as well. They started naming the Elite the Golden Elite. You add Kota Ibushi to the Elite, and for some reason that makes it golden. There's also a Bullet Club Gold. So you have the Golden Elite, you have the Bullet Club Gold. So whenever you add something from New Japan, or it just automatically turns it gold, I don't understand. I don't fucking know, man. Oh, and also, Takeshka is also part of the Blackpool Combat Club now. I guess I missed that. Yeah, that was AEW. And I'm just, wow. Wow. Next week should be interesting, I think. I don't know. I guess we will see. But for now, that's all I can take. And that's all I got for you guys. So thank you guys for listening. Hit me up once again at Snug Wrestling. Thank you guys. Talk to you later. Deuces.